Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
I love that that's you yelling at yourself, right?
Yes, I am calling myself a big stupid jellyfish.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hale.
And I'm Mark Meer.
And today we're going to be breaking down some of our favorite
Mass Effect moments.
We should go.
We really should.
You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
It did!
That escalated so quickly.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible to be antagonistic towards the reporter all the way through, and then, the punch doesn't come so abruptly. My good friend April Bannigan, who is voicing Khaleesa El-Jalani, and we've had many a laugh about that scene.
I want to know, have there been any reenactments?
We did reenactments of not one, but two punches. One of Shepard to the reporter, and one of the reporter to Shepard at the big Mass Effect final party here in Edmonton. In fact, so April asked for one of me punching her. I said, all right, but we have to immediately take one of you punching me.
How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can expect?
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Ha! You want some?
Yes, and of course, if you miss that second renegade interrupt, she slugs you and knocks you on your butt. I'd forgotten about the headbutt, though, to be honest.
Want some?
Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
I love that that's you yelling at yourself, right?
Yes, I am calling myself a big stupid jellyfish in that thing. Because I'm also the Hanar. I think most of the Hanar you encounter, Blasto included. So that line was always very special for me because I knew I wasn't hurting anyone's feelings except my own.
I loved watching that clip because, again, I loved watching Mark yell at Mark.
But I mean, sometimes it's you yelling at me because I think I'm always the Hanar even when it's you. So
I could never yell at you, though, in actual life.
No, well, thank you.
You have got to be kidding me.
Therefore, as a faithful servant of the Enkindlers, we too must serve the Reapers.
You big, stupid jellyfish.
I sort of wanted the sort of more ethereal feel to them. And I had the opportunity to actually go in first and create the sort of baseline sound of a bunch of the Mass Effect races, because I was brought in before I was cast as Commander Shepard to essentially do a presentation to the devs on, okay, here's what a typical Solarian might sound like.
Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough.
Here's what a typical Volus might sound like.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus.
And I know that one of the initial ideas behind the Hanar is they're telepathic. As a species as a whole, they're pacifist, except for Blasto. That sort of informed the vocal choice for those guys.
This is Krogan liquor, Rincon. You'll set off radiological alarms after you drink it. Should I pour you a Quan?
Hell yeah. Put more of the stuff in the thing, more stuff goes in.
Your funeral, sister.
Yes, I want to fall back there. There it is. I love that. It's absolutely scripted. What we talked about in the direction is, how drunk do you want to be? Are you just a little drunk?
Hit me again.
Or are you a lot drunk?
Put more of the stuff in the thing, more stuff goes in.
It was degrees of drunk. I think we tried it different ways. I love drunk. Drunk is so fun. Which is hilarious because I actually don't drink much at all, but I love playing a drunk.
What do you mean acting drunk? We just recorded this in a bar in Edmonton. It was a challenging day, I'll admit. The next day we took off. No, it was a lot of fun to get to do that scene, of course, and we did. I think we had a similar experience. We played around with various levels of drunk and exactly how Blasto Shepard is.
Do it. Hit me again. Let's have another one.
I think I did at least one take where it was just unintelligible, like
more of the stuff goes in.
The stuff goes in. Yeah, baloney. Like just completely off the rails.
I should go. I should go. I should go. I should go. I should go.
And of course, it wasn't strictly I should go. There were slight variations sometimes, like I have to go, I should get going. But it always seemed to come back to I should go. That's the one that was like, yeah, That is the catchphrase.
I should go.
I just remember when we recorded it, because a lot of the time in games, when you have a repeated line of dialogue, they'll reprint. And I remember asking the first couple times, oh, are we going to reprint? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's do it.
I should be going.
And then like the 7th or 8th time, I'm like,
I should go.
yeah, let's do it.
I should go.
15th. Okay. Yeah. It's that line.
should
Yep.
go.
Yep. Let's just do it. Yep.
I should go. Whatever.
I didn't know it was going to become a catchphrase among fans, or that it would become this thing that ends up being on, licensed merchandise and whatnot. But it did sort of become a running gag with me and Caroline and the technicians, because whenever I needed to actually take a bathroom break, I would just, stop and go. I have to go. And they would know what I meant, and they okay, we'll take 5.
By the spirits, Shepard, in my store.
And I do love that he's wearing camo armor because he works at the gun store. So
I don't suppose I could convince you to record an advertisement for me.
Sure you could. Can we work out a discount?
A discount? I'd name my firstborn after you if you ask. Can we record it now? Just speak towards my console.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Ha! No other gun shop has that kind of endorsement.
Oh, if he only knew. I certainly give that endorsement to any number of things. Any number of things are my favorite what have you on the Citadel.
This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
This was one that was more geared towards, yes, this could actually become a thing because it's an actual in-joke in the game. And I love that Shepard gets away with just like giving this endorsement to anyone who asks for it and getting discounts in return.
If this thing goes sideways and we both end up there, meet me at the bar. I'm buying.
We're a team, Garrus. There's no Shepard without Vicarian. So you better remember to duck.
I do love the way you could have long, deep relationships with characters in this thing. And when we were recording, spoiler alert, the latest scenes with Garrus, I'll just say, was so well written that I was in the booth, and the way the setup was, Caroline was directing from Edmonton, and she would Skype in with us. And what I would normally hear in that process is I would do a take, and then I would hear her chat to the engineer saying, okay, keep this take, do this, marry this to that, or let's do it again, or whatever. And so I get to this part of the script, and the whole see you in the bar.
Meet me at the bar.
And I go to say the line, and I'm in, living that scene, and I'm about to burst into tears. And all I could think was, Shepard does not cry. So I said, hold on. And I took a second, I was like, go. And I stepped back up to the mic, and I bit it back, and I delivered the line, and I didn't hear Caroline. I didn't hear the, okay, let's blah, blah, I just heard nothing. And I was like, did we lose her? Did we lose the line? And all I heard was, hold on. And I was like, oh, it got her too. That was really fun and painful and fun. The life of an actor, right?
Speaking of super intimate scenes, here's a little trivia for you. My wife, Belinda Cornish, is actually in the games as well, and she's actually the very first voice you hear in the first Mass Effect, because she's the Alliance computer.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
But she also did some demo dialogue and just some scratch placeholder dialogue for some scenes, including the very intimate scene that Shepard has with Tali. Of course, Ash recorded it, but they needed some placeholder just to make sure that all the size and sexy sounds matched up together. So Belinda recorded that Tali's half of that. We did record separately, however, so it was still just as mortifying as Jennifer described it, because we're alone in the booth, each making, in our separate sessions, making the sexy sounds. So, yeah.
We call those moanovers.
They didn't get into specificity of now we want a sound that sounds like this, and now we want... No, it was more that we would do those scenes, and it's not like they would just replay the same sexy sounds from, it's like, we're doing the sexy sound session and we'll just plug it in, whatever. You would play out those scenes, and then the sexy sounds would develop organically, shall we say.
Commander Shepard and Prothean partner of undetermined ethnic origin. Welcome to the Spectre Club.
You know what, Blasto? I think you're just a big, stupid jellyfish. How did you become a Spectre?
I loved the Citadel DLC so much because it was just a big love letter from BioWare to the fans. It was just such a a beautiful, like, I needed that party. I needed to hang out with everybody, and I'm so glad that I got to.
It was the culmination of everything, and it's basically the last thing that we worked on. So it was, we all, I'm sure, had that same feeling of like, okay, this is the last thing. And it sort of helps that the Citadel DLC is sort of built around this big reunion of every character that is in your squad from across all 3 games. And you get to be in the same room with all of them at the same time. It had that sort of celebratory finale feel to it. And let's face it, it is jam-packed with fan service and in-jokes that have been built up over the 3 games previous over the course of many years, and even bringing in things like that may have come from the fandom, like the bit where Shepard's locked in the vault and like, they said I should go. Do I sound like that? I should go.
Maybe it's, I should go. I should go. I should go.
For me personally, my favorite thing that I got to do in Citadel, and there's a lot of favorite things I got to do in Citadel DLC, but at the top of the list was Shepard finally meeting Blasto face to face. And and I'm voicing both of them. So you've got Blasto, the Hanar Spectre from the movies, and the other character that's there with them is a Vorcha. So I'm doing all 3 of those characters in the scene. So that was felt like BioWare did that just for me, and I really appreciate it.